Hi, I'm Skip from Oklahoma City.
I'm Ernestine from New York City.
That's too bad.
It's a city.
Yeah, and once again today, no Hazel. She might make a
I gotta
cameo.
get Hazel. Wait,
What? Oh, you gotta get.
I gotta get.
that
We have
Hazel.
Hazel.
Here's
I
Hazel.
forgot. We got.
The real
virtual
Hazel remains in the doghouse thanks to her mom,
Yeah.
Ernestine.
Not
But,
really, but-
I don't know. She might make a cameo appearance later in the show.
said
Stay tuned for
she
that.
may.
She may.
She
She's pretty miffed about mom.
Said she's getting ready for her close-up.
But this is Skip versus Ernestine. This is round 38, brought to you by FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. We do battle, we do love, we go deep into areas other couples won't dive into. This is couples therapy on the couch, literally, without the therapist. And we thrive on your probing, provocative questions. We love them, we appreciate them, and
We answer them.
we ignite over them. We answer them, and we begin with a comment. This is JR5, who says, this show is an example that there is still something in the world that can surprise and make you laugh. Wow.
That's a
Appreciate
good
that,
one.
JR. Thank you very much.
Surprise and laugh.
And this
That's a good
from
one.
X is from @Wrangler3. Man, do I love Ernestine.
Oh, that's so
Not a
sweet.
single bad take from her yet. What?
Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Not a single bad
That's
take?
a smart.
Just stay tuned.
That's a smart man.
Yeah.
Smart man. Thank you.
All right. To Camille from Auburn, Alabama. To your point, Taylor Swift revealed her new album cover feels a lot more inappropriate, says Camille, than the uproar there was over Sabrina Carpenter's album cover. What do you two think, Miss Ernestine?
Well, that was on Good Morning America this morning, too. Well, the difference is that she's bigger than Sabrina Carpenter. That's the truth.
Okay.
But so people are going to look at her album cover more than they looked at Sabrina's because she has more fans than Sabrina.
Okay,
She's
but
taken
it's
over the world.
I know, but the question is about
Yeah.
inappropriate. Which is more inappropriate
Well,
between
as far
Sabrina's
as
and
morality
Taylor's?
goes, the inappropriate album
Yes,
would be
yeah.
Sabrina, only because of she has the leash, the collar around the neck, and all of that.
I know, but it wasn't like sexually inappropriate.
No,
it
but
was
people
the
were up
statement.
in arms
you could
because of
be,
what you're saying. Oh, submissive. You're.
I know, but it was almost
whatever.
sarcastic.
I know.
Because she's not that way.
Her album cover of her so she's in a Vegas showgirl outfit.
And she's in a chorus line, like a burlesque line,
I
with
don't see anything.
4 or 5 other actual showgirls. So
Go to
she's dressed like
Broadway
a
and go to
showgirl.
Vegas, you see the same exact thing. I
But-
don't think
but
but she doesn't have her top off.
No.
I mean, she's not like.
But it's
without-
skimpy. It's a skimpy top and
But
closely
if I
cut
had to,
bottom.
the two for me, Sabrina Carpenter is sexier, and
Is sexier in
then-
general, not the album cover.
well, I think.
Well, the album
the
cover
album
with
cover-
Sabrina isn't. She's been tugged
But
by.
if you
it looks
just
like
look
a
at
man.
her, for me, she has more sexuality than Taylor Swift.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I find
Sabrina
Taylor
Carpenter
Swift's sexuality like is
very-
distant
yeah, I
and
mean,
cold.
But Sabrina
Aloof.
Carpenter to me she's a hot thing.
Yeah.
She looks
No,
hot.
I
She could
I
be
got it.
fully clothed and she
Okay,
still looks
but-
hot. So the album cover to me that has more,
Yeah.
I guess that's a little bit risque, would be Sabrina Carpenter's album cover.
No, it isn't. It's Taylor Swift that's more risque because she's skimpily attired.
But she doesn't have anything to show. It's not like she has these huge boobs in her butt and whatever.
No, she's
So
skinny.
she's wearing, if you go to any dance class, you're going to see the same thing. You're going to see a girl in a leotard. So she's got a
Okay.
leotard on with sequins and
All
a
right,
headpiece.
But Sabrina, even though she's
that's
down on her knees,
suggestive.
but she's
She's-
not provocatively dressed.
No, but you don't have to be. It's like, is sexy just because you're naked? No, sexy can be when you're fully clothed. If someone is giving off sexuality, it's more sexy to see somebody with clothes on, depending on.
Okay, so
what
what's
their
the point
aura.
of Sabrina's album cover? What's the message?
The message is, however you have to interpret it. She's got a leash around her neck, and the guy is pulling her.
Pulling her.
So it's either a sexual game or it's about men owning women. It's all of these different
Except
layers.
She's anti all that. It's almost like a sarcastic.
Yeah, tongue in cheek,
statement.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yes, I get it.
And somebody I read said it'd be great if you revealed yet another reveal of the rest of the shot, and that it was actually a woman dressed in
Yeah.
man's clothes, you know. and then-
Well, that could be interesting.
okay, but I don't know. It's
I
all.
don't find her album cover to be anything.
I mean, I think Sabrina just wanted to generate controversy and discussion
yeah.
on something that she's not even sure what the statement is.
No, it's deeper than just being in a showgirl outfit.
You mean on
Yeah.
Taylor Swift?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, she is a show girl. I
Well,
mean,
the whole
she's just
album,
doing
it's
the
just-
album is literally she's a show girl.
Right.
Her whole life is one big long show,
stage,
right?
yes. Mhm.
She is on stage most of her life, so she
Right.
is a show girl. She is starring in a
Yeah.
constant show, right?
Yeah.
Where she is on camera
Right.
wherever she goes. So she is a show girl. So she just went show girl. But on
Life of a showgirl.
on just attire,
Mm-hmm.
I think any mother would say that outfit is more inappropriate than Sabrina's outfit.
If you're going to go outfit by outfit,
outfit
yes.
to outfit, okay? Thank you. We got there
I
finally.
get it.
Okay. By the way, you should secure your privacy with Surfshark. Your internet, all of your browsing, you can go to surfshark.com / my last name, Bayless, surfshark.com / Bayless. Or just use my last name, period. Just do Bayless for 4 extra months of Surfshark. You'll find the URL and the code in the show notes. Check them out. And don't forget, it's risk-free with a 30-day money-back guarantee.
That's good.
So you can browse with complete protection.
Okay.
That's
Maybe she
the
needs it.
essence. Yeah, exactly. You can protect your data. You can explore the web securely. We all want the peace
Oh,
of
that's
mind
good.
to do that. You need Surfshark because Surfshark works.
Well, everybody's hacking everybody else these days, so.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yep.
How I know.
Yep.
Okay, next
know
question. This is from Tasha from Paris,
Ah,
France. Not Paris, Texas,
I love
Paris, France.
Paris.
Hi,
Love
Paris. Hi, Tasha. I love that name, Tasha. It's a cool
Yeah,
name.
it's great.
Okay, Rihanna continues to wear clothes that shows her pregnant belly. Okay with this, or is a baby bump something that should be covered?
I don't have a problem with it, to be honest with you. Demi Moore
Once upon
created
a
the
time.
whole Vanity Fair cover
Yeah.
in '91, I think it was, where
Yep.
she was photographed by the great photographer Annie Leibovitz.
Yep.
And she had nothing on, holding her boobs and the belly. It was
Giant
like 8 months, I guess.
baby bump.
But
Yep.
I think, I know here in LA, not as much in New York when I go back there, but in LA, every woman who's pregnant, they walk around and they are just showing their stomach off. So must be, I don't know, I've never been pregnant, so it must be a rite of passage to do that. And most people think it's a beautiful thing. Look at your stomach. So I say let it rip. I don't have a problem.
I'm not qualified to even answer this question because I've never been pregnant.
That's true.
Right?
That is true.
But my 2 cents from a distance is I also have zero problem with it. I second your emotion. It is the most beautiful thing in life on earth is to actually conceive and deliver another human, and you should be proud of it. And again, is a little sort of stunning to me if I see somebody with their when you see it, it's like whoa. But I get it, and
it's an amazing
if
thing.
I were ever pregnant, which obviously I will never be, I would flaunt it because it's God's gift. It's
great.
So I don't have any problem.
But I think then there's this whole craziness that's going on that my best friend Francesca called me and she said, I don't know about by you, but do you see women walking around with fake babies? I said, what are you talking about, fake babies? She said, in the city, there's all these women, they're walking around with these fake dolls, but they're not just dolls, they look like babies. So Wall Street Journal did a big article calling about these reborns, these babies that women are buying these babies for $8,000, $10,000, and they have big conventions. And it started a long time ago, maybe 10 years ago, for women who lost children and they couldn't have children, they would carry it just to try to, I guess,
Get through it. Yeah.
psychologically have a baby.
Yeah.
But now it's gone. I was reading the Wall Street Journal article. You should read it. Call it up. It's about reborn babies. And it's crazy because these women that are successful, accomplished women are walking around with these babies that they look like real babies. And they go to conventions and they all have their babies with them and they dress them and they push them in a carriage and they're strolling with them. I find it insane. I'm sorry. Maybe if you lost the baby, I understand that, and there's some kind of connection that you have to have that get over it. But just for the sake of, hey, it's a trend, and I think I'm going to get a fake baby. I think I'd rather have the Labubu.
She's Miss Labubu.
Well, I only have
she got two.
I only have two.
She won't take them outside. She's
No, they stay on my desk. They sit by my computer. But Labubu is more sane. It's the trend. It's the Beanie Baby thing. But having a baby and you push it in a carriage and somebody comes over and says, oh, look at how old is your baby? Let me see. Is there a stamp on when it was made in the factory? I mean, it's kind of psycho. And you're spending $8,000 and $10,000 for clothes? I don't know.
Okay. So again, my 2 cents from a distance on this.
Yeah.
But are these women sort of reaching back to the emotions of their childhood when they had dolls who meant the world
I
to
read
them?
there was an article over this woman, very successful. She has grandchildren. She's in her late 60s. She's working. And she just likes the idea of having this, she goes to the baby conventions.
Okay. How many of those aged women are reaching back for those great times in their 20s, maybe 30s, when they actually had an infant to carry around,
there are women in their 30s
to
doing
mother?
this. In this article, it's a very good article, Wall Street Journal. It just came out end of July. Reborn babies. Why are people carrying $8,000 babies?
Okay, if you actually fool people into thinking you have an infant child that you are squiring around town, is that a cool thing? Like, then, oh, it's so great you have a...
Do you remember the Lucy episode? There's the Lucy episode. I'm a big I Love Lucy fan.
Is she?
I know
The
every
biggest
episode.
ever.
When
I'm
they
pretty
go,
big.
when they go to, they go to Lucerne, they go to
Oh,
Italy.
yeah,
when
and
Ricky's,
cheese.
and she wants to bring home that big Parmesan cheese, and it's
Yeah.
like a big cheese. And she and Ethel come up with the idea: let's wrap it in a baby blanket and say that it's a baby
On the
and they
plane.
bring it on the plane.
Yeah.
And then the flight attendant comes over and she goes, "Can I see a baby?" She goes, "Oh no, she's very shy. She's very shy." And then they realize they have to get rid of it. So they go and they start cutting it up in the back, and they're trying to eat the big cheese, and they stuff it in. All of the bands had their trombones and trumpets.
She loves
and
the
when
stuff.
The
I do
next
too.
day,
It's funny.
funny. Then the next morning, when they have to start playing, all the cheese is oozing out of all the trumpets, and it was funny. It's
funny.
like that. But what about how many people do we see pushing babies that have dogs in there?
A lot.
I don't
We go
understand
to
that.
our
We have
nearby
them in the
outdoor
complex.
mall. In the complex. We're in a
That
gated
one
community. Yeah.
has 2 dogs. I don't understand that either.
They push them in a baby carriage. Well, then you defeat the goal is to get some exercise for the dog, and now you're pushing him in a baby carriage?
No.
What? Well, isn't that your motherly instinct kicking back in?
No, I don't think it's about a mother thing at all. It's just this.
Well, what is it?
I
You're
don't
not
know.
explaining. I just gave you 3 theories. You gave me
No,
none.
I don't think
you,
it-
you
I
just
think
said
it's
you're just dismissing it as insane.
I don't
Which
get
is it?
Somebody that Joyce works with, they push their cat in a baby carriage with a net over it.
Okay.
Hazel would eat the carriage.
Yeah, she would.
She would eat the handle before we could even get it out.
She's trying to get out as we speak.
We got a tiger loose.
Wow, that's something. Okay. You still have.
I have
I'm
no
not
idea.
convinced.
I don't
Okay.
know, but check out the article. I think
I'm
it's
the
funny.
psychiatrist here.
Yeah, psycho.
Okay, this is Lauren from Chicago, one of my favorite towns. I once
You
lived and
there.
worked there.
I worked there.
I once spent a summer there when I was in college. Did we like, love, or hate that Halle Berry, quote unquote, threw shade on David Justice by posting racy photos on IG?
I think she had a right to get back at him, even though he said it was long ago and he wasn't really in the right frame of mind. But why should she just sit back and take it?
Okay, so he
She's
suggested
happily
she
married. I mean,
wasn't
she's with
motherly enough?
Right. He said she wasn't motherly. She wasn't equipped to have children. And then she just posted all these photos of her with her kids and her in these hot photos saying, I guess I'm not, motherly or whatever.
No, she said few, like
Yeah.
PHEW.
Yeah.
Phew. And then she said cooking, cleaning, and mothering. Just a sarcastic shot back at him.
I think, why not?
Okay, this
She's
is just
beautiful,
me.
sexy, gorgeous.
Okay,
and
Halle
she has
Berry
kids.
is way better than David Justice ever thought about being. She's way bigger, and once you move on, and she's with someone else
Yeah,
now,
she's
right?
happy,
Okay,
yeah.
and once you're happy, then you just ignore. You don't give it. You don't fuel the beef with
I
him.
know, but it was so big that it
you
came out
just-
of nowhere. So I'm sure she just said, you know
Well,
what?
it
But she
clearly
said it
pushed a
without
button
really
in
saying
her.
it. Yeah, but she said it without saying it. So I like the way she did it.
But you almost validate David Justice now. You give him credibility he does not deserve because he didn't earn
Yeah, but
it.
he was all over he was all over talking about it. He was on
Yeah,
CBS
well.
Morning Show. He was everywhere. So I say yes to her.
You do?
Good for her. Yeah. But she did it in a subtle way. So I like
Okay.
that.
So when we split up,
Yeah,
you're going to
I'll
fire
do it
back.
in a subtle way.
You're going to do it a subtle way. You'll take
Yeah,
shots at me.
I'll have the information in a baby carriage with a net over it.
Okay. Touche. All right. By the way, before we leave this subject, we have from YouTube LA Mart 3857 who says, Elizabeth Taylor, the most beautiful woman ever? Question mark. And then 3 crying, laughing emojis. I think 90s Halle Berry is 100 times more beautiful. Okay.
That's referencing Taylor Swift doing Elizabeth Taylor song. And we were talking about how beautiful Elizabeth Taylor was. I never said she was the most beautiful person.
I did.
Woman
I
in the
mean,
world.
to me, over since I was in high school and my mother dragged me because my father
Right.
would never go with her, and she dragged me to Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, and I beheld Elizabeth Taylor on the big screen, and she was just shockingly,
She is beautiful.
stunningly gorgeous to me, like a gift from God.
No, she's gorgeous.
But this
I
is
don't think she's the most
okay.
beautiful.
But this is all beauty
Subjective.
in the eye
Yeah,
of
I
the
mean,
beholder.
everybody has their
I
own
am the
opinion.
beholder, and
Right.
that's what I beheld. That works for me. And by the way, I don't think there's a big difference between beautiful to me and hot. Like,
Well, there's two different things.
it's not that I'm that attracted to Elizabeth Taylor, or was. She's not with us anymore, right?
Right.
She's,
Nope.
But
Unfortunately.
on just sheer, I'm talking about facial beauty,
she was
not body beauty,
beautiful.
just face. And Halle Berry is also stunning. I give you
Beautiful.
that. But just, if I have to choose,
Right.
I mean, I've always thought that Liz
Her
Taylor
eyes
got
are
it.
just-
God said, let there be Liz Taylor.
No, her
face.
eyes, her nose, her mouth.
Whoa.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
So,
She actually won an Academy Award for Butterfield 8 with,
yes, Richard Burton.
no, it wasn't with Richard Burton. It was with Shampoo, Warren Beatty.
Oh, Warren Beatty.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's Warren Beatty.
Okay.
We're going way back.
Well, she was beautiful.
She thinks she knows movies. I know movies.
You know some of your movies.
Huh?
You know some,
I
not
know
everything.
some. I know everything.
Not all.
Speaking of movies, it's
Yeah.
time for Skip and Ernestine go to the movies on the couch, because we actually
We went off the couch.
we went off the couch
actually
last
went
week,
to
and
the
we
movies.
actually went to the movies. We can actually
We did.
walk to the
We
theaters from
walked
here
to the
in 5
movies,
minutes.
and we took my sister with
And
us.
we have a new scheme now. We have learned, because now they have to disclaim
yeah,
on the
this is
ticket.
new. They never did that before.
They never
They
declared.
never told you how long the trailers are. So we would always hate to go and then wait a half an
We
hour
would
for
sit
the
and
trailers.
it'd be like,
It's a-
again,
so
another
we would
one?
have to estimate how long you think the trailers are going to be.
Yeah.
Maybe 20 minutes. Now they say when you go on AMC, I don't know anybody else, but it says estimated trailer time is 25 to 30 minutes. So you could actually, if the movie starts at 3, you show up 3:25 and you're fine. And we did. We showed up right as the movie was about to begin.
But we actually showed up about 10 minutes before that, because you and your sister Joyce, who went with us, you asked me, do you want some popcorn? And I
Popcorn,
said, I'll
yeah.
take a small popcorn and a small
Right.
diet, whatever they have.
Mr. Pip.
Mr. Pibb. They
Pip.
have everything.
Isn't it Pip? Oh, no,
Pib.
it's Pib. Okay.
Not Pip.
I thought it was
Pibb. Pibb.
I don't drink soda. What do I know?
Okay. So she said, I'll get it for you. So she and Joyce went to stand in line.
Yeah.
And then I went into the darkened theater. She said, you got F123. And I
Yeah.
went up the wrong side. So I'm on the wrong
Yeah,
side
so we
of
go back in the theater, and they put the lights down, and now I'm standing
I
with
can't
this
even see
giant
them.
soda and a
Yeah.
big popcorn,
Yeah.
and we can't find him, and the movie is now
And then
starting.
I could see your silhouettes, and I'm saying,
Right, I
just
know, but
come
how
down
can I
here.
see in the dark? I can't
Come
see.
down here, and they're
over
just
here.
standing
and
up,
then you can't
and the
walk
movie's
because
starting.
the steps. We're going to kill ourselves. So finally,
I
you
went all the way
got over it.
around,
Well,
and I
we
said,
were in the
okay,
right seats.
here we
Anyway,
go.
we
They were
sat
in the
down.
right ones, but you can't see in the theater what the numbers of the seats
No.
are. I could see F is in row F, but I
Yeah.
couldn't see if it was
They have
1,
it
2,
on the
3 or
floor. Yeah.
33, 34,
Right, you were in the
35.
wrong
And it's a
spot, but
long
yeah.
row across.
It wasn't that crowded. It wasn't
Well,
crowded.
we went on a Wednesday afternoon, and
but
it
it
had been
wasn't
open
crowded.
for
Only a couple
going
of days. Well,
No, I've been
Tyler,
into the second
our executive producer went, and he said it wasn't crowded
No?
when it
Okay,
opened.
well, maybe it's
The
busting. I don't
nighttime
know.
ones would be crowded. That was sold out.
Okay, so we saw Nobody 2.
Yeah.
And you would give it a what grade?
I know Tyler loved it better than the first, and he's going to go see it again if he hasn't seen it already. I personally think number 1 was better. I give it, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 7.
Okay, so no letter grades. You're just going.
All right. I'd give it a B minus.
B minus. Wow.
Well, it was just too predictable. I mean, Nobody Won, if you've never seen it, is about a guy who's really not.
Oh, I thought you meant Nobody Won, WON. Like nobody won the game.
No, Nobody Won. That's
okay.
funny.
Yeah, okay.
Nobody,
Yeah.
number 1, he's just an average guy, and then he has a checkered past you don't know about, and when
Yeah.
somebody does him wrong, then you see that he's not going to take the crap from anybody.
Well, he's
and
always been some kind of
he's like a
government spy,
government
but in this
CIA
one,
kind of thing.
he's just a hitman. Like he's
yeah. So the first one, you can't believe what he's doing to people because you think he's just like the neighborhood guy with the family and he's just a nice guy. And then you see that he becomes crazy and he just kills people and it's great. It was a really great movie. But for me, number 2, they already started out of the box with, I don't want to give the movie away, being crazy. So
But they have to reset. They have to show you what he's capable
Yeah.
of. And they showed you in an
Yeah.
elevator scene what
Yeah.
he's capable of to start off
Yeah.
Nobody 2.
Yeah.
And then here we go. We're not ruining anything. They go on vacation
Right,
to this
and then it
weird
just
little place, and then it just
goes off the
it
rails.
goes completely, utterly
Christopher
insane.
Lloyd is in it from Back to the Future, and he looks
Mhm.
amazing. He's
He does.
86, and
Plays
he
the
looks
father.
incredible. It had a good cast.
Sharon Stone plays the
is in
villain.
it. She plays the villainess,
Mhm.
and she's great.
Mhm.
But I liked 1 better. But he's great.
Okay,
Bob
I'm gonna.
Odenkirk is
I
really
will
good.
agree with you on this. The reason I would prefer 1 to 2 is that it knocked me out of my
Yeah.
chair, and I can't. Did we
Yeah.
see it in the
I
theater?
think we went to the movies.
I think we did see it in the theater,
Yeah.
and it's because he's a wimpy little guy who doesn't look physical at all, does not have a
No.
great body.
No, he's not like
I mean, he looks like he's
John
in
Wick.
some shape, but he's not Keanu
No.
Reeves.
No.
And he's no superhero, but his abilities are superhero
Yeah.
abilities
Yeah.
because he can go up against 5 guys in an elevator, all of whom are armed, and he's not,
And he could wipe him out.
and he wipes them out. Well, it's impossible.
I know, but that's where you
can't.
have to.
Because if
You
you're up
have to
against
suspend
5
your-
guys, all of whom are pretty good at what they do, and they
Right.
all have firearms,
Right.
well, while you're dispensing with 1 or 2, 4 or 5 they're just going to shoot you in the head.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to stop.
No.
They're all too quick with their guns. But that's
Well, that's the movies.
that's the concept, is that he's just nobody. He is literally like you or I or no. He's a nobody, and I'm in way better shape than he is.
Yeah.
Seriously,
You are.
I just am.
Definitely.
And yet,
But I don't
I
think he needs to be in shape. That's the whole thing. He doesn't have to. He needs to be that average guy.
yeah. But Bob Odenkirk can play rage. He's
he's
very
so
good
good.
at rage, and
Very good.
he's athletic enough that he can convince you. And I don't know how much stunting they do in this, because Keanu does like 90% of his own
Right.
stuff, and he trains his tail off
Oh,
to
it's
do it. And I
incredible.
don't know if Bob Odenkirk trains. He would have to train
He had
pretty
to
hard
train, yeah.
to pull these off and make them look real. but he's involved in Nobody too. It's like everything's to a fault great.
Yeah.
You know, like it's great upon great until you
Right.
can't go any greater.
Right,
and
right,
we were
right.
discussing as we left, would they do a Nobody 3? Well, how do you top? How far can you
I don't
go?
know. This was too.
Because
I watched it 80%, 85 with my eyes closed because it was very violent, and I don't like violent movies. It was so bloody and violent to me.
okay, but you knew it
The
was
first
going
one,
to
I
be.
didn't have to hide my eyes.
You did too.
No, I
It's
didn't. Not
horrible.
85%. This one was very rough to watch for me, but it was good.
It's good. The family story is
It's good.
It's
And
well
all he keeps
done.
saying is, "I just want to go on vacation."
I just want to go on vacation.
Yeah, he wants to go on
Yeah.
vacation. He said, I want to create memories.
Create memories.
It's fun to watch.
Okay.
It's a popcorn
I was
movie.
entertained by it,
Yeah.
but I've got too much reality bites in
Yeah,
me.
you have to stop
it's
with
like,
the reality. You
I
got
know,
to
but
suspend
at some
yourself.
point you just say, man, give me a break.
Yeah, it was
So
just too violent for me.
He challenges 8 guys with machine guns.
Well, even Bruce, what's his name?
Oh, yeah.
Die Hard. He
Yeah,
could not do
Bruce
it.
Willis.
Bruce Willis
Yeah,
couldn't
John
do what he
McClane.
did. John Wick couldn't do. I mean, this was just
I know,
over the top.
But the beauty of Die Hard is I buy everything
Oh,
he pulls
me
off.
too.
Every single thing he pulls off, it's with wit and shrewd operating, and
you think he
he's-
could do it because he
he
really
outwits.
is-
He's more clever.
Yeah.
The Santa Claus suit
Yeah.
scene. Ho ho ho! Now I have a machine
No,
gun.
everything is.
He outwits a big group of. They're not terrorists. They're just thieves. But
Right.
they're highly trained, heavily armed.
Yeah.
I mean, they got bombs. You know, they got bazooka bombs.
Plus, also the stuff that he does, it's outrageous, but it's not over the top.
No.
Like he really, when he cuts his feet on the glass
Yeah.
and he's trying to run, like it's all things that could happen. This is
Yeah.
just
Not one time in Die Hard do you
over
say
the top.
he wouldn't get out of that.
Yeah.
He does get out
does,
of it believably.
By a margin,
Yeah.
very
The beauty
slim.
of Die Hard in how he outwits Hans Gruber, the
Yeah.
villain, played by
Alan
your
Rickman.
Alan Rickman. But how he outwits him in the end of Die Hard with the gun taped behind his back.
Yeah.
It's
great.
it's highly clever, creative. And so even though what Bob Odenkirk does, because they know they're going to have to defend the amusement park
Yeah.
from all the bad guys,
Yeah.
and they do set up some things, but they're all wildly unbelievable. I don't know.
You just had to go into that with your mind wide open.
Yeah.
So that's why, to me, the number one movie was, it was the better one.
It was the better one, but again, as he says, I was a writer on Saturday Night Live, and now I'm an action
Right,
hero. I mean,
right.
it's
He can't even believe
crazy,
it.
but that's the conceit of it.
Yeah.
That's the concept. That's the idea, is that he's just this little guy,
Right, he's just a
and
family
you can't
guy.
do that. But it's
But
almost
he does have a dark past that nobody knows about.
sort of. I think he was a CIA guy,
CIA,
but
think.
now he's not. Now he's a kind of a scoundrel. He's doing dirty deeds to
Yeah,
repay a big
yeah.
debt. I don't know, but
Guns Up, I have to say,
Okay,
with
yeah, I know.
Kevin James that we watched
there
a
was
couple
another
weeks
guy.
ago,
He's an action
that
hero.
I thought was better than
Yeah,
this.
but you got knocked off the couch
yeah,
by
because it had
you
the
didn't
twist.
you didn't
Yeah,
expect it.
No, it has
Okay.
a major twist. That
Listen,
oh my God,
I
that-
couldn't
that
stop
one.
talking about Nobody 1, but after we left Nobody 2, I was good.
Yeah.
And yet I was wildly entertained. I was. It's
But
just
I would see Guns Up before I'd see
not
this.
credible. And then, by the way, we watched on Netflix
This was good,
Hostage.
which was great.
What's her name? Julie
Delphi.
Delphi? Is it
Yep.
Delphi? Yeah. And I'm not sure who the British
She was
actor
good.
is,
She's
but
been in a
she's
bunch
very
of
good.
British
Okay,
shows.
yeah, she was very
Coronation
good.
Street is the big one.
Okay, so I was a little bored by the first couple of episodes. It was a little slow. There's always the backstory with the daughter.
She
and that's
plays
all
the prime minister.
She's the prime
and
minister, and Julie Delpy is the
president
whatever
of France.
Yes.
Of our friend Paris.
Yeah,
France.
and it's a plot to overthrow England.
Both, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. By the fifth episode,
Hey,
fourth
it
episode,
became engrossing
right, edge of
and
seat.
riveting and captivating, and then we kind of binged it We started on
watched the whole
Friday,
thing,
and
yeah.
then we binged the rest of it on Saturday
It was
because we
good.
couldn't stop.
It was
And
good.
I was falling asleep. You fell asleep in the first
Yeah.
go round in episode 3. You
But then
cashed
I
out.
perked up.
But then episode 3 started to take off in the end, and there was a big plot twist,
Yeah.
and you're like, what?
Yeah, that was good.
What?
That was good.
And then
Worth watching.
we're there.
Hostage.
And
Netflix.
it was very
well
done.
The acting is really good.
It's good. It's not like the greatest thing you've ever seen,
No,
but
but it's very.
for what it was,
Yeah.
I would give it an A-.
Oh yeah, me too.
I would.
I would maybe do the plus. I would do
Yeah.
A+. I really liked
And
it.
by the way, we
watched
she
Poirot.
loves Poirot,
I love Poirot.
Hercule
David
Poirot.
Suchet.
Okay, he's just the best. 'Cause
Best. Costumes,
Ustinov
sets.
has played him and
Yeah.
various other people, but Suchet is Poirot.
He is incredible.
I am convinced, even though you also fell asleep in the
I'm always falling
the
asleep.
denouement of
Yeah,
it's
but I've seen it before.
if you've never watched one, watch Appointment with Death. Appointment with Death by Agatha Christie, starring David Suchet as Hercule Poirot.
You could get it on, what is it, Acorn? On
Yeah, but
Amazon?
Amazon Prime has them. You can get them. The unraveling in the Poirot, Suchet, he's always going to call them together. Everybody
Well,
gathers
he has to
for
then,
the unraveling.
he pulls together the whole.
And he goes through it chapter and verse. You,
It's
and then
great.
ultimately it was you
Yeah.
who did the deed.
Well, who ripped him off is, what was it, The Reservation? Remember the series we watched with that Uda, we're in the hotel. What was
Yeah.
it? Oh,
Okay. I
God.
don't know. So you got to do your
We just
homework.
watched it.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking
Remember?
about. I'm sorry.
She's the
Uda?
bird watcher. She goes-
Oh.
The
she
wasn't
was
it the
great.
reservation? What is it called?
No, it's
Not the
I don't know.
reservationist.
If you'd asked me, I would have looked it up.
Well, it just came into my head. I'm sorry,
Okay.
I can't think of everything in advance.
Yeah,
So-
they did an unraveling like
she
a
did the
Poirot.
unraveling,
Yeah,
just like
that's
that.
true.
And also, I mean, Jessica Fletcher on Murder, She Wrote does the same exact thing. Columbo does the same exact thing. But the way Poirot
But-
does it, David Suchet, unlike
This was
no
a
other.
tour de force of an incredibly complex murder plot that as they flashed back to the scenes, you're like, oh my
Yeah,
God.
I should have seen
Oh,
that.
wait a
I
minute.
should have seen
get
that.
it. Some you can't
She's so
see.
good.
but-
Elizabeth McGovern played in it, who played in Downton Abbey.
Yeah, she was great.
Tim Curry from the
It's the
famous
best. Yeah, way to
Rocky
go.
Horror Picture Show.
All right, back to the questions. Lauren from, oh no, we did that one. I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong page.
He's so
Sorry,
excited
Lauren.
he can't find himself.
Hold on just a second. Oh, wait, now I've lost my place.
No, you're
Oh,
not.
we did.
You're right.
We did
you're
nobody.
down there.
I'm sorry, we're just on
You're
here.
still below nobody.
Okay, this is from email from David from Fontana. During the pandemic, when there were no sports games to watch and nowhere to go because of the lockdown, how would you two spend your time together? Did you play a board game? Did you play cards? Did you binge watch certain shows, certain movies?
No,
Okay.
We never change our habits. You
Okay.
worked anyway. You worked in the pandemic.
I worked every day of the pandemic. I was
From home.
doing a show on Fox at that point, Undisputed. We didn't miss. We just kept on keeping on, but I had to do it, obviously, locked
wasn't
out
there a
from
couple of
home.
weeks that you didn't do it?
No, we did it the first day.
Oh, okay.
We kept doing it. Remember, we did it
At the other house upstairs, I remember.
no, but we did it downstairs at home at the table for
Oh yeah.
for the first
oh,
couple
yeah.
of days.
Okay, yeah, that's right. That's
and then
right.
we moved
Yeah.
to just me solo.
yeah.
We brought everybody, like Shannon Sharp came over to
That's
our
right.
place
I
to do
remember
it.
that. Okay,
right?
I forgot about
Okay.
that. Yeah.
But here's the point of this question, and I do appreciate the question and the idea, but the beauty of our relationship is, if there is a beauty to it,
Somewhere.
it's that we do love spending time together. I always say this, every moment I have away from my life, my career, my reason
This
for
isn't
being,
as one-sided.
yeah, but every minute I have, I spend it with her because I look forward to it. Every Friday night is date night, and I truly, all day Friday, I look forward to it because I know we're going to click off and sometimes go to a movie, but almost every Friday night we're just right here on this couch. She's in her
Except if
chair.
it's
Yeah.
football season, and then there's a
Well,
game.
then we get disrupted
Then there's
by football
nothing.
games.
Right.
Okay, but later we'll do something.
Yeah.
But during the pandemic, nothing changed because we just
don't
kept.
hang out with a lot of people anyway.
We don't go out much at all.
We do go out, but we don't go out constantly.
Yeah.
We go meet people, but it's not like our every weekend
No,
is we have
we
to
don't
go
do it
with
every
the
weekend.
2 couples that we know and the
So
So
this
we just
question
did
made
the
me
basic-
happy and proud because I started thinking, what do we do different? We didn't play board games. We didn't.
No.
We didn't do anything. We just
no.
whatever we're
We
going to watch,
existed just
whatever
like everybody
movie,
else.
whatever. I know everybody got into The Last Dance and then to Tiger King, and we did all that.
I
Right?
mean, for me, I had to try to go to Ralph's to get food.
Oh, that's a whole
grocery
nother
store.
issue, yeah.
But stand in a line. It seems
Yeah,
like
that
a
was a
million years
battle.
ago, but then it wasn't that long ago. But
It was brutal. Well,
we did the same thing.
and
we
this
hung
is
out
a
alone.
quick comment from Mike Burke Coffin 1214. If my next relationship ain't like Skip and Ernestine's, I don't want it.
Oh.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you. There's a lot of truth to that. A lot of
We'll
truth
help
to
you
that.
along the way with our craziness, but
Yeah. This is Sean
still
from
here.
Chapel Hill, now Bill Belichick
oh
territory.
yeah.
Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Do you consider yourselves glass half full or glass half empty people, and why?
Half full, half empty. I always look at things in a positive light. He looks at things in a negative light. I always look at things, my motto in life is anything in life can happen because I have experienced things that make me believe that. He is the first one, that's never going to happen, this is going to be bad. And so we're very different that way.
I've told you what this is from the start.
What?
It's just about jinxing.
Neuroses.
Knock on wood. Every time in my life where I finally said, I'm good.
Yeah.
This is going to be great. Oh, this is coming and that's coming and I got this and I got that. And I have made it.
Yeah.
And it all blows up because
But it happens
You-
all the time in life.
you
It's just
counted
called
your
life.
chickens before
Right,
they
but
hatched.
That's life.
Knock on wood.
Life, it always
But there's
happens.
some jinx factor out there where
There's
where
no
you can't
jinx.
speak it out of existence. That's what you can do. You can speak it right out of existence. All the greatest things that ever happened to me just sort of came out of the blue. So,
Yeah, but you could speak it into existence too. That's why people do mantras, and that's why
yeah,
people
never worked
pray.
for
And
me.
what?
I don't know.
Well,
Well,
I believe in things. I,
pray,
believe in being
but
positive.
I always tell you, I believe in God, but you can't pray for something great. You know, you just pray
Well,
for the
those-
best.
What about all
The
those
best.
athletes, those basketball, football? They pray. They all get into a circle before a
They
game.
pray for health,
Right. So are they? That's the same
pray
thing. They're
to
praying for
avoid
health.
injury.
But they're praying.
protect us.
But they're praying.
But they're not praying for victory.
Who are they praying to?
God.
There you go. So
Okay.
where does it
Well, you
cut
can't-
off? So it's like I can pray for health. I can pray for health, but okay, now I can't pray that we win. It's like there's a fine line.
Okay, then help me out. How's God going to pick a winner in this game?
Well, how's God
Did
gonna
they
give
pray
him his
harder
health?
than you prayed, or?
But
did-
that's what I'm saying. People pray. Well, when these VH1
the-
awards,
and the-
all the
what,
Emmys,
what you're
the
talking about in
Oscars.
games, they're praying after the game, thanking God that they're still healthy.
You never.
Thank you for
what about
protecting
when you
us.
don't ever see musicians that before they go on stage they get into a circle and they pray? I mean, a lot. Are you kidding me? Oh my
They
God!
pray like
Yes.
a rock band.
They get into a circle. Yeah, it's a unity of okay. You know, they're praying. Let's do this today. Let's get on their.
Well,
go out there and kill it. You know.
A Christian rock band.
No, I'm not talking about a Christian rock band. There are a lot of people. Okay, but I'm just saying Emmys, Oscars, VH1 awards, MTV award, whatever it is. The winner gets up there. First thing they say, I'd like to thank God.
Okay, that's
They're
fine.
thanking God for their talent, okay?
Yeah.
So if you can thank God for your talent and you can thank God and tell him, thank you, my health, that we were doing okay, but you can't go past that. It's
I know,
ridiculous.
but you can't pray to God, make me the richest man in the world.
But if you can pray to God, why can't you pray to God for anything?
Well, because you just pray that you'll be the best you can be at whatever you're supposed to do. Show me what I'm supposed to do, and then use me for your good.
So
That's
God
what you
helped
pray
them get
for.
the Oscar or the Emmy. I mean, don't you think they prayed to God, dear God, hope I win the Oscar?
Yeah, and then God would anticipate that you would give back, that you would use your
Well, I guess
platform
they were going to have to
to
sign a
influence
little
others.
agreement. I will also give back if you give me this.
That's
I don't
not
know.
how
I
it
think that
works.
you can't. I think it's all or nothing. You can pray to God for anything and everything you want, right? God can listen to anything you want. I prayed my mother would get better. She didn't get better. So
Well, you
that
can
one
pray
didn't
for
work.
that.
Well,
I
that didn't
understand.
work.
So you don't believe in God.
No, I do believe in a God, but I believe that if you can pray to God for
I know, but
health
what
to play
happened to
the
your mother
game,
was what was planned. It was what God wanted, because you're not going to live forever.
so then
and
should I not have prayed all those months praying that my mother would get
no,
better?
you could pray for that
It's kind of like,
to protect her. Just keep her in the palm of your hand.
right.
Give her peace with whatever the outcome of this is. Just keep her right there, and he did.
Well, I
She
don't
was
know.
good.
There
She,
seems to be like a rule book of what you can pray for, what you can't. I pray when your team is losing, I pray
Don't do
because
that.
I know what will happen. I'm going to hear it's the wrath of God. If your Cowboys game loses and your whole identity is attached to that team winning, oh my God, I need help because you're going to come
Well,
out of your room and
your
you're going to be
prayers,
like a,
your prayers are almost never answered.
well,
right?
because he's not a Cowboy fan.
They used to say when they played at Texas A&M that it had a hole in the roof so God could watch his team
Well,
play.
apparently he's changed.
Yeah.
He's now a Kansas City fan. Oh no, they lost to the Super Bowl.
Well,
Well,
I got
I don't
crushed.
know.
You know?
I say do whatever you want to do. You
I
want
just
to
don't
pray
think
for
God
whatever.
decides football games. I just don't.
Well, how can he pick and choose? He can decide who wins the
No,
Emmy, the Oscar, but
But
not
you
the
just
football
pray
game.
that you, like Tim Tebow, he's
Yeah.
a Christian, wore it on
Right.
his sleeve. I don't wear it on my sleeve, but he would pray to give me strength to deal with victory or defeat. You know,
You don't think that he ever thought for once, please let me win?
No, I don't believe that,
I
because he wouldn't think that God was going to determine the outcome of the game.
I don't know. You don't know what goes on
Okay,
in
but
people's
Tim
heads.
Tebow would say, give me the strength to play to my utmost potential. However hard I worked and whatever God-given talent I have, help me today to maximize it, to play the greatest I can play today.
Right, but that's going to give you the edge over the other guy.
Well, it
So
could.
God's going to help him.
Okay, but he didn't pray, give me this victory. Just give
I
it to
don't
me.
know. I think unless you're in somebody's head, you don't know what they're praying for. Just
Yeah,
like my mother said, you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. You don't know what goes on in somebody's head.
Okay.
That's what I believe.
All right.
What, you control everybody's mind?
Yeah.
You're a mind controller.
Okay, this is enough of that. This is Richard from San Francisco. Ernestine, you've mentioned a few times you would never go in a self-driving car. They're all over LA now.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you trust Google's AI, but trust a random stranger and human error to drive you? Well, that's a fair question.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Two reasons. One is I'm claustrophobic, so I do not want to get into a car that the locks are locked, and in case of anything, nobody's driving, and I can't get out. So I'm gonna have to climb. I've thought about this. I would have to climb over the seat like a I don't know, Starsky and Hutch back in the day episode, and then try to take the wheel and try to put my foot on the brake, whatever. That'd be too hard. And then so that's why I want to
so
get
you
in there.
can't get out of the
What
driverless
if you?
car?
They lock the doors, and you don't have like that. Remember we took the Uber with that guy in the Tesla, and we were like, I looked at you and I said, "Where are the locks on the doors? We couldn't get out." I started panicking, thinking, "Oh my God, this guy could be a nut, and he could be taking us going really fast, and we can't jump out of the car." Okay, so that's number one. I think that's my number one, and number two too. But I think if I call an Uber car, at least there's a guy driving, and I can sometimes, most of the time, I was surprised maybe one time when the Uber driver was a little wacky, but most of the time I could judge when I get into that car if the guy is going to be a weirdo or the girl. It's mostly men out here. Sometimes we've gotten a female Uber driver.
We had one, and she about drove you crazy.
Oh, she was
when
bad.
We went to do Sage's podcast.
We came back from Sage. That was terrible. So I try to, I don't know. If I feel uneasy, I just will tell them to pull over. I'm getting out here instead. Oh, I used to do that with cabs in the city all the time. I would tell the cab driver as soon as I got in, if I started to see he's going really fast, I would tell him, just so you know, if you go too fast, I have a tendency to throw up. So they either pull over or they'll slow down because they don't want you throwing up in the back seat.
Okay.
Over to you.
So you're saying you'll never ride in a driverless
Never,
car,
ever,
right?
ever. Never.
Self-driving car.
Never.
They're all over LA.
And they have station
I
wagons
see
now,
them
right?
all the time. And weirdly, I'm comforted when I see them because I know they're no threat to me like a lot of other drivers out here are, where the driverless car, they're perfect. They signal, they move
My sister,
slowly.
I told you, my sister was driving the other day, I think in Beverly Hills, and she was driving and she called me, she said, oh my God, this is so funny. The car, the whatchamacallit, the driverless car was there, and she stopped, and here, you know, when you want to wave somebody on, go ahead. She waved the guy on, and she realized there's nobody in the car, and the guy turned. So I said, he must have seen your hand motion.
I don't know. They're very safe drivers, driverless.
They are.
They are.
They
Whatever
are.
it is.
The invisible, the Casper
By the way,
driver.
I forgot this when we were talking about nobody and all the blood.
Yeah.
This is random, but so I couldn't get you to watch Mobland, which was my favorite series of the year.
Right.
And you said it's too bloody, yet you watched Nobody 2, which
Well,
is way like
I was
10
forced.
times
I'm in the
bloodier,
movie theater, but
100 times
I
bloodier.
literally sat with my eyes closed
Okay,
underneath
all
my glasses.
Okay.
I didn't watch any of it.
Speaking of
85%.
blood, next question is
Yeah.
from Lucky from Sparks, Nevada.
Yeah.
Eric Menendez was denied parole, and I just don't get how all of these people want he and his brother out just because they watched the show Ryan Murphy did about them.
Yeah.
They, all caps, they killed their parents, and people want them out. What do you make of it all?
I think it's so. Francesca, my best friend, she's so into watching all of these dramatized shows, whatever they are. I don't watch them, but it's on the news here. You can't get away from it 24 hours a day. They were just on the news this morning. And I was surprised yesterday. I didn't know one of them has a daughter, and they got married in prison. But I think that they claim the father molested them.
That was
I don't know.
debunked in
But
court.
then I read something that even if the father molested them, that they did this in revenge. But if you can go blow somebody's head off and kill your mother and then go about your business for how many years? 7 years?
Mm-hmm.
There's something crazy there.
There's something
I
really
mean,
crazy.
I got really into the whole Manson killing, and I was like, I mean, it horrified me, but I was addicted to reading books and watching shows on that. And every year they come up to parole those 3 or 4 different people that were involved with killing Sharon Tate and stabbing her in the stomach and killing her baby, and how they even come up for parole. And there's one that was let out up in upstate New York. How would you let these people out? I don't get it. I don't get it. So I don't think
you can
so.
say they've paid enough price, but they were age 21 and age 18 when they did this deed, and cops were quoted as saying it was the bloodiest crime scene they'd ever encountered because they took shotguns and just literally blew their heads off while they were watching a James Bond movie, The Spy Who Loved Me, in their little home theater in a Beverly Hills house. And they did it in large part for the money, because then they went on spending sprees. And it's just hard for me to accept that they deserve to go free in the society.
Did they
after
stay
what
in the
they
house
did.
after they blew them away?
No, they actually said they went to a movie to try to get tickets so they could prove they weren't in the house. But then they saw that the movie tickets are time-stamped, so that didn't work. And then they went back.
And then they said that a crime boss had put a hit out
They
on
called
their father?
911, and then they went into big acts, just
They
devastated.
said that they were devastated.
And they suggested that the mob had done in the father and the mother. I don't know.
But they didn't stay in that house then, I don't think. But somebody bought the house. I looked up the other day. Somebody bought the house for $17 million, and they renovated it. I think they tore it down, but I would not want to live on that property. at all, even if the house was renovated or torn down. Just like, remember when we first moved here, we went to see where the Sharon Tate house was?
We did.
And
Cielo
they
Drive.
totally,
It's gone.
they moved it. They don't
Yeah.
even have that address anymore.
No, they don't. They couldn't.
But somebody I read, I think it's Trent Razor from Nine Inch Nails, bought the door of that Sharon Tate house that they wrote pigs on. Why would you have that? I don't get
This
it.
is Jody from Bowling Green, Kentucky, home of the Corvette factory.
Yeah, Corvette.
Where I got mine.
Yeah.
Specially made. Jody says a recent Gallup poll showed that people are, quote unquote, rethinking alcohol. I know that unfortunately alcohol has played a major part in both of your lives, especially you, Skip. I'm not sure it's played a major role in your life, but
I didn't come from an alcohol family.
do you think the world would be better off if alcohol was banned? Asked Jody. I'm not objective. I'm sure in moderation, any form of alcohol can be just fine and just great. And if it pleases your taste buds and gives you a good vibe feeling and a nice buzz, I get it and I don't condemn it. But I am telling you that not in moderation, it is evil and it can destroy your system. I watched my father just eaten alive by it. He died of cirrhosis of the liver at age 49. In the last 10 years of his life, he barely ate food because all he did was drink alcohol. And it always has stunned me, and I still encounter it to this day, when people have had too much to drink, it dramatically changes who they are. Like a whole nother personality comes out. With my mother, a whole different personality would come out. My father, not so much, because he was a functional alcoholic. So he would start drinking in the morning, and he would always be a little off, a little oddball, crazy, but always kind of the same. And my mother would drink, and she would get sappy, goofy, fall down drunk, and this whole nother mother would come out. What? Who are you? And
Terrible.
some people, like my grandfather, he would go raging bull. After 3 or 4 drinks, he would turn into a maniac, fighter, brawler. He would want to fight everybody, and he was a big bull of a man. So it brings out, in many ways, the worst of you.
I didn't come from, I came from my parents. My father didn't drink, Italian. My mother, Jewish. The big thing in my house was we would have Manischewitz wine, and we'd have a little bit around the holidays. You know, that was the big thing, but we didn't drink at all. I dated a guy who, we would go to dinner, and he would have, I think he was a bit of an alcoholic. He could drink 4 martinis, and you would never think he even had one. 4 martinis, that's pretty strong, and that's scary. So, I don't know. I like to drink, but I gave up drinking when I thought that I was drinking too much, and I just stopped. When I was thinking about coming home and every day, and I can't wait to have a glass of wine. I can't wait. It's been a hard day. I'm going to have a glass of wine. I'll have 2 glasses of wine every day. Then I thought, uh-oh, this isn't good.
All through my high school days, when marijuana was taboo, I would always say, yeah, but I'd rather somebody smoke marijuana than drink alcohol. That's just me, because alcohol is way more devastating to your system, to me, than marijuana, even though I think we still aren't deep enough into the marijuana database to see exactly what the long-term ramifications are. But the point is, I still go back to when I got fed alcohol when I was 4 years old as a party trick. So I would run and spit it out. It was bitter tasting to me. It was the equivalent of what they used to call castor oil. You know, it was and then for a brief time, I hate to say it, with my first wife, I would try to sip wine just so I could drink socially with my coworkers, all of whom drank a lot. But wine was bitter and foul to me.
I like wine.
I know you do.
I love
but I think it's
champagne.
an acquired taste where you have to teach your taste buds to like it.
The problem is when you like it, which I like, I like all alcohol. I think it tastes so good. That's the problem. because then you just
There you
drink
go.
a lot of it.
And I
And
still
so-
think all these wine connoisseurs, these wine tasters who go on these big
Yeah.
tours, I still think they like the buzz as much as they like the taste, but that's just me.
A lot of
And
them
I don't think they would
don't
admit
swallow
that.
all of it too,
Yeah, well,
like coffee.
okay, but thank you very much for that question, Jody. This is Carrington from Manchester in the UK.
Wow.
Wow.
I like
Manchester,
the UK.
England.
I love
Would you end a
UK.
relationship if your partner wasn't as physical, parentheses, sexual as you were?
I guess it depends on how much you love the person, and also what you have with that person. If maybe they're just going through a bad time in their life and they don't feel that they want to be. I think there's all different reasons, but if you feel as though that's something important, then I think then you should get out while you can.
And yet, I will say, and I learned this a long time ago, the hard way, that you can't make physical attraction the priority. That's just me. You can't, it won't last. It won't continue at that level. And if you prioritize it, then the relationship will fail. And you need to choose that. That has to be a factor. But if you make it the factor, you'll lose. If you prioritize connection and ability to interact, to communicate, and that truly just loving each other's company is number one to me for long lasting.
And then it goes all hand in hand together, but
It does.
I love the UK.
Way to go. This is Hanson from Burbank, California. That's the
our
home
neighbor.
of
Home of Hazel.
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 Where is Hazel?
Her house was right by the NBC studios.
It was. That's where she was born.
That's where her mom is. I'm not the real mom.
Ernestine, I know how much you walk around Beverly Hills. Does she?
Yeah, I
Every
do walk
day.
a ton.
And Skip, you're playing golf. So how did you deal with the LA heat wave, which continues as we speak? Did you keep your routines or did you stay inside?
I think it was hotter by you in Burbank.
Oh, it's
'Cause
20 degrees hotter in the
Last
valley
week we
from
went
where
to
we
the
are.
valley and it was really hot.
Oh,
But I have to tell you, I did walk to Beverly Hills the other day, and it was hot here. I mean, I've been in much more heat, but here it's hot, and it's also very humid here. Like today is 86% humidity, which they said is crazy, and yesterday was really humid. But when I walked to Beverly Hills and I stopped by to see my sister at her office on the way back, I could barely walk up the steps, and my face was as red as a cherry. She's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, it's really hot outside, and I felt the heat. It was like almost Palm Springs heat, where it's 120.
okay. You're asking the wrong guy here with me because speaking of Palm Springs, I recently went with an old friend of mine from junior high school. We went to Palm Springs in the month of July, and
Well, you're insane, but
okay,
that's okay.
I'm not insane. And we played golf 18
It's
holes
118
every day,
degrees.
and it was 120, 118, 115. And it just doesn't matter because it is truly dry heat, so there's no humidity whatsoever.
Okay.
You don't sweat that much because if it were I've played 90-degree heat with 100% humidity,
Right.
98%, and you just drip, and it's annoying, it's disgusting. You go through golf gloves where you just sweat them out and ruin them,
Right.
and it's no fun to play golf in that. But this is fine.
Well, but
you don't
here
even
in
think about
LA,
the
it's
heat.
not been fine because the humidity has
No,
been
but-
so high.
But I played 6 straight days in 115.
yeah, well, you can
and-
take it.
And we had fun because nobody is on the golf course, and we don't have to wait. We don't have to worry about teeing
But you
off.
grew up in Oklahoma City,
I did.
where, well, it's not hotter than New York City in Oklahoma.
I don't know. It goes 100 to 105.
Well, then
You've
that's
been there
hotter.
when
I
it's
mean,
been
New York
100.
City doesn't get that hot unless
No,
it's a
it's
rare
definitely hotter
occasion.
than New York. Yeah, but it can
Maybe
get
95,
humid there.
98. In New York, it's very humid.
Yeah, but the heat wave to me here, we're on the west side of LA. It's kind of air conditioned with the breeze coming off the ocean.
Hazel doesn't like it.
It's
She-
beautiful.
she-
I mean, it's just even when it's 90 degrees, I don't know.
Hazel's like her tongue is hanging out. She doesn't like it too hot.
No, Saturday we took her
She
out.
was
and
very
she
hot.
got
She was-
pretty steamed.
She was drinking water beyond.
So speaking of Hazel, can you hold down the fort for
Yes.
30 seconds while I go get her
Yes.
so that she can at least say hi to you
Yes.
before we sign off?
Yeah.
Hang on.
He can. He can. I went to Palm Springs with him once for him to play golf, and it was 122 degrees, and they needed him to sign a waiver for the golf course that if we went out and he died on the golf course, that it would not be their responsibility. But it was so hot.
That's a good girl.
There was not enough water for
Tyler's
me to
here. We
drink,
gotta go
and
get
he's
Tyler.
just
We gotta get
playing, and
Tyler.
he's fine.
We got to get Tyler.
I
He's
can't.
here. He's
I grew up
here.
in New York, and
We
it
gotta
was
go on
hot.
the
There,
show.
the
You gotta say
humidity
hi to
gets
the
you. So
people
even
on
if
the
it's
show.
like 85 degrees, but it's 100% humidity, it feels like 120. But, oh, look who's here. Look who's here. Hazel.
Hazel.
Hazel. Look at it. Look who it is. It's Hazel. She said, I'm back. I'm back
out.
even
She's
for
free.
a minute.
Free Hazel.
Look at Hazel.
Free Hazel.
Oh,
such a
she's
good
back
girl.
in the
She's such a
game.
good girl.
Hazel, she said, get rid of
She's
that
such a
pillow.
good
She
girl.
said, I
Look.
don't need that pillow. Throw that away. I'm the real deal. I'm the real deal. Oh, Hazel, no, not in the mouth. Look at you. Hello. She said, I'm back. I'm back and I'm bad. I love you, Hazel. Oh, Hazel, 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 Hazel. Hazel's back.
Maybe
Only
next
for a
week.
minute.
Maybe next week.
Maybe,
She'll
but
take
she's
over
got to
the
play
show
her
again.
cards right.
Thank you, Hazel. You
She's
did a good
okay now
job.
because she
You
said maybe
waited,
if I
you
act
waited.
nice now, they'll let me come back
Yeah,
next
she's
week.
not
so.
even. She's about to get riled
She's
up
okay.
again. That is it for episode or round 38, I
Yeah.
should say. And we will see you next week if, in fact, we're still speaking.
And we may have her. Peace out. Stay well.